Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my first video for 2019. How it is 2019 already and how it is January, I don't quite know, because I don't really know where 2018 went. Just like I've done for the past 2 years, I thought that I would reflect over my 2018, look at what I've achieved in 2018 and also what I want to achieve in 2019. I was going to include YouTube in this video, but I think I'm going to do that in a separate video just because I feel like this video will be way too long otherwise, and I do want to do an update on where I've been over the last year, but I think I'll do that more in my YouTube video rather than in this video. But basically, to sum it all up, 2018 has been one of the busiest and biggest years for me. I think so much has happened, and that's kind of why my channel kind of suffered a little bit last year. But don't worry, 2019 I plan to get it back up and running. There's just like a lot of different things that have contributed to it being a struggle so far, so bear with me. I am getting back on track. I do have videos from last year that I still want to upload. They'll be coming, they'll be at some point throughout this year. So I've written down everything on my phone that I wanted to talk about in this video. So I'm going to start off with going through what I've achieved in 2018, and then I'll go into my goals for 2019. The first thing that I wrote down that I achieved in 2018 was I did my first ever wedding hair, or like hair ups, first ever wedding clients, I guess, and that was actually one of my friend's sister. So she got married, but I didn't do her hair, I did the bridesmaids hair. So that was 2 bridesmaids and my friend who was also a bridesmaid. I couldn't actually get the day off work. I tried, but I got up really early in the morning. I think I woke up at 5 that morning, and that was January last year, so that's why I'm starting there and working my way down. Phil drove me to their house so that I arrived there at 6. I started work at 9, so I was at work at 8:45, so I had to have them all done within about 2.5 hours, and I also had to be completely and utterly ready for work. So it was a very early start to the day. The hair actually turned out really good. It was a very simple but elegant hair up. I hadn't actually done any before, and it kind of built up my confidence a little bit. I knew that she would be picky, but they wouldn't be like too picky, because they knew that I was still training and whatever. The next big thing that happened in 2018 was I got a boyfriend. Oh my gosh, like, I didn't think that would actually happen. It's so funny because in 2017 I was saying like, oh, because a lot of my friends were moving away in 2018, so I feel like this would be like the perfect time for me to get a boyfriend. And then I met Phil, and I actually met Phil on New Year's Eve. If you do want us to do the boyfriend tag, then leave it in the comments. I did want to wait until we were together at least a year to do it, and currently we've been together just over a year. Pretty much got together that night, but we weren't like officially dating until probably like a few days after that. But our anniversary is actually on New Year's, so that's really nice. And he is like my best friend. He completely and utterly compliments me. Like, he is strong in the areas that I'm weak, and I'm strong in the areas that he's weak. We've just got each other's back. Like, I couldn't imagine life without him now. Like, he is my other half. I'm really excited to see where life takes us. The next thing I've written down is that I'm finally happy, which has a mixture of reasons, which some of them I'm about to talk about. Some fact that I've got a boyfriend has already added to that, because I don't feel as alone. Because I've struggled over the past couple of years, I think. I haven't actually had any outside help, which I think I said last year in my New Year's resolutions that I wanted to do, but I just never got around to it. I just didn't have enough time. So I definitely want to get around to that this year. Not because I'm necessarily feeling upset, but just because I want to make sure that I am on top of my game like life is just getting to that point where I just need to make sure that I'm okay up here. I finally feel like I'm the person that I'm supposed to be, or the person that I've been wanting to be for the longest time. The next thing I've written down is that I did my first ever trip out of town alone. I am not very good at being alone or where I live currently compared to being away from home with like no one that I know. So I had to go away for a block course for hairdressing last year, and that was actually up in Hamilton, and I don't live in Hamilton. I live like quite far down in the North Island, so I live in New Zealand as well, by the way, in case anyone's wondering like what does she mean by like North Island. Because we had to take the bus. I think it took maybe like 6 hours. Phil actually dropped me off at the bus stop and waited till I was like on the bus before he ended up leaving, just because he knew that I felt quite anxious about it, and I didn't know anyone that was going with me because no one from my salon was going with me, and I've never ever travelled by myself before to another city. The whole trip was actually so unorganised and it was ridiculous when I think about it now, but that wasn't to do with us, that was just to do with the people that organised it. Like, we had to find the apartment that we were staying at in the dark, and it was lucky that when we stopped off for lunch, I talked to a couple of girls who I had overheard that they were going to a block course, so I figured, oh, they must be going to the same one that I am. So I was talking to them and we kind of stuck together, so then it became like the three of us, so I wasn't as alone anymore. So we ended up finding like dinner together, stayed together throughout the block course, and then I met some other girls on the block course and we all got along really well and everything. We actually ended up having to fly back. Phil actually met me at the airport and picked me up and got me a hot chocolate, so that was nice because he knew that everything had been so stressful. And then because I had to work that day as well, because like I said, we were meant to come back the day before, and everything just got really messy. And then going on that thought of being independent, the next thing that I have achieved in 2018 was I moved out of home. So I don't live at home anymore. I'm not in my bedroom at my mum's house anymore, or my mum and dad's house. I always say my mum's house, and my sister actually pointed this out to me the other day. How many of your parents are still together but you still refer to your parents' house as your mum's house? Because my sister does the exact same thing. I'm currently in my living room in my house with Phil. We flat together, which is nice because I've never actually moved in with a boy before. Haven't really felt confident enough to move in with a boy before, and it is a big step. Phil actually mentioned it to me, I think a week after we'd been dating. He said to me, at some point, would you consider moving in with me? And I said, if we're together for at least 6 months, then yes, I would consider moving in after that point. I was pretty much staying with him at his old flat. Like, I'd go home for like 3 or 4 days at a time, and then I'd be away for like a week and a half or 2 weeks or something. Like, I was at his flat more than I was at home, and I hated having my stuff in 2 places. So some stuff I would leave at Phil's and some stuff I would have at home. Like, I just hated it being all mismatched. 6 months came around and Phil actually had to move out of the flat that he was in just because it was going to get renovated. So we had to find a place to stay, and then this place came up, and it's in the exact town that we wanted. It's on the beachfront. We are on a main road, so that's the only annoying thing, but we're down the other end of it, not like the busy end, so it's actually not so bad. Really like living away from home. I like being independent. It is a lot more expensive. I didn't quite realise how expensive it was going to be, because obviously like you've got to pay for rent, you've got to pay for power. We don't have internet at the moment, which is another reason why I haven't been able to upload as much. But I've now found solutions to that. We are looking at getting it this year, so hopefully that's another thing we'll be able to do this year, is get internet. Yeah, if you're paying for internet, then you've got to pay for internet. So that's rent, power, internet. You've got to pay for groceries, and it's not just like all your treats, it's like your fruit and your veg and your cleaning products and your toilet paper and like your dishwashing liquid, and your deodorant and your toothpaste, like all the stuff that you kind of have at home that you don't really realise that you need. You've got a car as well, like you've got your warrants, you've got your regos, you've got your oil, you've got your transmission fluids, you've got if you crash, like your petrol, like it is so expensive. So it is not easy, but I love it. Like ours wasn't fully furnished when we moved in, so we had to buy a lot of things to get it set up. There's a lot of, especially like little kitchen utensils that you don't quite know you need until you go to use it and you don't have it. I don't think I could go back to living at home now. And my dad and I walk up the peak on Wednesdays, and he was saying to me, like, I don't think you would be happy if you had to move back home, because I feel like you're too used to doing things your own way now, that I feel like if you came back home it would clash with everyone, which I 100% agree. I've been saying for probably like the last 2 years that I needed to move out, but I just didn't have anyone that I felt comfortable moving in with. So then Phil came along. It just made sense just to move in together, and it's going to be 7 months at the end of this month that we've been in this flat for, and it does not feel like that long. Like it's gone so fast. The next thing that I have written on here is that I got my restricted license. Finally, I went for it like probably like 3 times before I actually got it. I had it in my New Year's resolutions last year that I wanted to get it this year. And I think if I hadn't have got it this year, I wouldn't have been able to move out of home, because I needed a car to get to work and back. Basically, if you don't live in New Zealand, your restricted license means that you can drive by yourself. Like you have to go through your learners, your restricted and your full, which I'm so happy about. Again, that just adds to me having a lot more freedom. I love my car. I got my license a few days before my birthday, which was so cool because it meant that I had it for my birthday. So another thing that I've achieved, obviously, this one I hadn't written down, but I've just kind of thought of now, and that is I went on my first holiday without my parents. So Phil and I went to New Plymouth for Phil's birthday because he's originally from there. I did vlog the trips. Let me know when you guys want to see them, because I filmed a lot last year, but because Phil's computer screwed up halfway through the year, and then it screwed up again, and then we haven't had internet, so it's been all over the place. So kind of just let me know when you want to see things. But I do really like the vlog that I filmed. I've already edited it, like a couple of videos coming after this video that I've already planned. So that's a what I got for Christmas and a Boxing Day haul. Thinking I might put my Ed Sheeran vlog up after my Boxing Day haul, because I vlogged the trip and I vlogged the concert, and I don't really want to do like too many vlogs too close together. But let me know when you guys want to see them, because now I'm confused with when to upload stuff. So let me know in the comments, help a sister out. It was such a fun trip. I think we were away for about a week, and I'd never ever been to New Plymouth before, so it was a really fun experience. Earlier on in the year I did a trip to Palmy with Phil, and I met a couple of his school friends, but that was like only over a weekend, so it wasn't like a big holiday trip. Can't wait for more holidays coming up in 2019. I kind of want to go to Wellington at some point, because I haven't been to Wellington since 2015, I think. Also want to go back up to Auckland. Obviously we'll probably go back to New Plymouth. He's also got family over in Australia, so maybe we might go overseas. If we do, I'll definitely vlog that, because I've never been overseas before, so it'll be a really good experience. The last point that I wanted to touch on, and this is probably going to come as a shock to a lot of people, but that is I quit my hairdressing apprenticeship. I had been thinking about it since I started it, really. Halfway through my first year I kind of thought like, oh, I'm not sure this isn't what I wanted to do. Like, I'd rather sit down with you guys and film and talk. I'd rather edit. Like, I thought of like a million things I'd rather be doing than working in a salon. I was kind of in the deciding phase for so long. I was really unhappy doing it. I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it. And hairdressing is one of those things that your heart has to be 100% in it, or it is really going to suck for you. My motivation wasn't 100% there towards the end of last year, when I actually made up my mind that I wanted to quit. And I just had to sit down with my boss, and I think she kind of knew. She kind of just asked me like, oh, is it still what you wanted to do? And I just said no, like it's not. I actually did finish up the year, so I passed every single assessment except one, which was a hair up that would have gone into the following year. I did complete like everything pretty much that I needed to complete. Finally threw in the towel and said, I've had enough, like I need to put my happiness first, and this is not making me happy. And now looking back, it is the best decision I've ever made. Like, I am currently unemployed. But I know something will come of it. I actually decided to quit. A weight had just been lifted off my shoulders. Like, I felt so light, I felt so happy. My boss even said she could see a difference in the way that I was behaving, and like, not behaving, but like kind of carrying myself through. And she said that I seemed a lot more positive and I seemed a lot more happy. So it is one of the best decisions I have ever made, and now I actually have time to sit down and do what I want to do. So I feel like that has been really long on stuff that I have achieved in 2018. So I'm just going to quickly talk through the stuff I want to achieve in 2019 so that this video isn't like 10 million years long. New Year's resolutions. So the first thing I've written is to grow my makeup collection. So I have a little makeup station behind this couch here. I do want to get a few more higher end things, and I definitely want to grow my brush collection. Yeah, maybe towards the end of the year, if I have grown it, I'll do a makeup collection video. The next thing I've written down is to improve my self-care. So basically just making sure I'm taking care of my teeth, taking care of my hair. I want to decide on a new colour. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments box below. Obviously nothing crazy, like I'm not going to go blue or green or purple. Thinking some like rose gold foils throughout. And just maintaining my hair, like the ends and stuff, just making sure I get it cut regularly and all that. I do want to make sure I'm getting my nails done regularly, because I know that it's good for your nails and it just makes me feel a lot better when I have my nails done. And I'm also tempted to get my eyebrows tinted because I feel like they just look too grey. I do want to self-tan in the winter. I want to obviously buy some good quality products and stuff that I'm not going to go orange. I really want some loving tan, but I know that it's quite pricey and I have to buy it online. You know, you're going to have the body that you've got for the rest of your life. Obviously making sure I'm going to eat better. I wouldn't say I necessarily eat bad now, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm, you know, getting enough vitamins and minerals and all that good stuff. Phil and I did start going to the gym towards the end of last year, so I want to make sure that I'm continuing to exercise. I was still going up the peak with Dad every Wednesday after work. These two go hand in hand, so that is to get a new job and to save some money. Obviously I need to be able to work because I'm living out of home, so I've got expenses to pay for, and obviously I want to save a little bit more money because Phil and I do eventually want to move away from where we are now, and we are looking at possibly a little bit of a bigger place than where we are now, but again it will depend on what comes up and what's available and money and everything like that. So it's to grow my games collection. So I've got a few games already from when I was living at home, but I just want to build up my collection a little bit more, and I also want to get more into playing board games and card games and everything, because at the moment I've really had a thing and like a drive to just play games. If you guys have any suggestions on any good games, or like your favourite game or your favourite board game, leave them in the comments box below because I am interested to know. I also want to grow my Monopoly collection. It's always been a goal of mine to have a Monopoly collection for when I move out. I've currently got the, what is it, the Monopoly Empire game, which I got in my last, I think it was last year for Christmas or the year before. It's in one of those videos, it's from Shelby. Next resolution on here is to wear bright lipstick. So all the time I'm wearing either nude or red, so I think throughout the winter months when it's more like your berries and your plum tones and like your darker colours, I definitely want to get behind. I do want to find a really good orange lipstick that I can wear throughout the summer months, because I feel like in summer it's more like nudes and balms and oranges and like those kind of colours. They want to grow my movie collection, so I've already got quite a lot of movies as it is. I definitely want to grow my Christmas movie collection. I bought, how many new ones have I bought this year? I've bought 5 new Christmas movies this year already, so that's really good. But my normal movies as well. We got given some like DVD rack stands things from Mum. So I've currently got one over there by my TV that's holding my Christmas movies. I've got one over here which is holding some movies. I want to get all of the Harry Potter movies because I've got the first 2, which is in a haul coming up, so stay tuned for that. And then the others are just like on my DVD thing under my DVD player. Next one on here is to improve my Instagram. Something I have been wanting to do for so long. I just want to, I think, up the quality of photos that I'm posting. Just more like kind of like aesthetically pleasing photos. So if you guys have any tips that you guys do when you're taking Instagram photos, leave them in the comments. There's a book that I want that I'm guessing it's released recently. I have no idea what it's called or who it's by, but it just basically has like a whole thing on how to take Instagram photos. So the last thing that I have written down for my 2019 resolutions is to be more motivated. So whether that comes with YouTube or a job or being at home. Oh, actually there's one more that I want to talk about briefly after this one, just because I've just thought of it now. But I just want to be more on top of my game, more organised and less stressed. Last one, I promise this is the last one, I just thought of it now, but it's something that I need to do. That's to learn to cook, because I can't cook. I can bake, like I do quite a lot of baking in the house at the moment, but Phil does most of the cooking, and because he works day and night shifts, I want to be able to cook dinner for him when he comes home on those late shifts, so that he doesn't have to spend money getting takeout, or he doesn't have to come home and cook. My parents also keep telling me that I need to learn and that I can't keep relying on Phil to do it all for me, so yeah. You might see some cooking videos coming this year. I have no idea, but it's a kind of a basic skill that everyone needs to learn at some point. And obviously, like, I want to be able to cook things for my kids when I have them, so there we go, guys. I think that is everything that I wanted to cover in this video. I'm sorry that this video has probably been quite a long one. There's just a lot of stuff I just wanted to get through. Not all of my videos are going to be this long, don't worry. If you haven't seen the other 2 videos that I have filmed on my goals and achievements, I'll link them down below so that you can go and watch them if you want. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you click the little bell button by the subscribe button. It just notifies you when I upload, because apparently it's not enough nowadays to subscribe to someone. You have to actually click on notifications to get notified when they upload, which is stupid because, I mean, hello, like, they want to obviously like watch your videos if they subscribe to you, but whatever. YouTube's being weird at the moment, so make sure you turn that on. It'd be great if you could come and follow me on my social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Spotify is all linked in the description box below. And yeah, again, let me know with any video ideas you want this year, any new series that you want this year, how to go about uploading my videos that I filmed last year that I get around to uploading. Let me know when you want to see them, because I need some help. I'm struggling, but obviously I want to keep you guys happy, because you guys obviously are the reason that I do what I do, because without you guys I wouldn't have any supporters behind me. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Sorry if you guys can hear the fan in the background, it's just really hot in here. Am I really bright? I might take it down a notch because I feel like I'm really bright. Sorry if you can hear all the sirens and all the cars. I live on a main road, so I mean that's bound to happen, isn't it? Like, there's Phil. Hi.
Hi.
What's up? So are you gonna come home soon then, or?
I don't know, but it's like, I hope so, but I think of it.
Okay. Just breathe.
Yeah.
Alright, love you.
Yes, mate.
Bye. This video is going to be such a long one, I feel like.